Hi, this is Honeymoth Tarot, and today I'm going to be doing a pick-a-pile reading. This particular one is going to focus on what the next 6 months of 2024 are going to look like for you. So we've got pile 1, which is the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. Pile 2, which is the Shadowscapes deck, and then pile 3, which is the Rider-Waite Tarot. I've also added a crystal to each pile. So for pile 1 we have amethyst. For pile 2 we have a kiwi jasper frog. And then for pile 3 we have opalite. Hi pile 1, so you chose the amethyst. Amethyst is really good for helping with anxiety, depression, helps to clear your mind. I know that some people put amethyst underneath their pillow because it's helpful for sleep, and it also opens up your intuition and enhances psychic abilities. So what are the next 6 months going to look like for pile 1? The next 6 months for pile 1. The next 6 months for pile 1. The next 6 months for pile 1. I'll take that one, but the rest is too many. So you could be dealing with a fire sign, or a fire sign could come into your life. So that's Leo, Sagittarius and Aries. The next 6 months for pile 1. Thank you. 6 of Pentacles. Obviously, use your own discernment, but I'm getting perhaps with the 5 and 6 Pentacles that something could be taken away from you, whether that is something being physically stolen, or like a metaphorical thing of where there's an imbalance because someone keeps taking. Perhaps someone is taking your energy from you, like using up a lot of your time. So my advice would be to empower yourself and kind of set boundaries with this person, just to bring things back into balance with the 6 of Pentacles. You may come into some sort of money or abundance, and someone is kind of like envious of that. So if I were you, obviously don't become paranoid, but perhaps protect your energy at this time, and kind of only talk about wealth and your abundance with people that you trust. The youth. This could perhaps be someone that has like a bit of an immature attitude, or just someone that's younger in general. And we've got so the number 3 could be really significant for you at this time, just as a confirmation. You could be traveling as well, or kind of planning to travel. Perhaps you decide to start like an independent business, because I'm getting kind of like this lack here or this loss with the 5 of Pentacles, and then this gain and abundance with the 6 of Pentacles. Can I get a bit more on the youth card? The youth. You could also be going on a lot of walks, like a lot of hiking as well. Thank you. That's too many, so we'll take one. We got healing. So I'm seeing these two as a progression. Like I'm seeing that this younger man like grows up into an experienced traveler. Yeah, you genuinely may be starting like an independent business, because I am getting like a very independent, walking your own path sort of energy. The Sage. Yeah, I would also say that the Sage is a progression of the youth as well. Regardless of how old you are, I feel like you're growing up in the sense that you're becoming wiser. I think there's been perhaps like some sort of mistake, or you've let people in that you perhaps shouldn't have. And I think it's made you like more experienced. And wiser. And more able to kind of like judge other people's energies correctly. Ace of Water. Yeah, I would say that this is like some sort of breakthrough where you're like really listening to your own intuition. So I think maybe perhaps before you had kind of like an inkling of like that something was off about someone, but you kind of ignored that because, I don't know, I feel like oftentimes we kind of want to see the best in people. And I think perhaps this true person showed their colours, or will show their colours eventually, and I think you'll learn from that, and you'll be able to be like experienced enough in order to like kind of harness the powers of your own intuition. And with the Queen of Fire as well, I feel like you'll also be embracing your own individuality. Because I think maybe perhaps like with the Youth card, you may have been a bit shy or reluctant to kind of show who you really are, for fear of being like rejected or being judged. And then I think with the healing card, perhaps you've done like a lot of spiritual work, or you will be doing a lot of spiritual work in order to just to become like more happy with where you're at, who you are as a person. Alright, let's get you guys an oracle card. This deck that I'm using is the Moonology Oracle deck. Fill out. What do you need to release? So perhaps this is a call to release like the burdens of past mistakes that you've made, just so you don't bring it with you into the future. Perhaps there's something from your youth that you need to release as well. Let me have a look at the guidebook, see what it says. Waning moon. It's safe to let go and move on. Move forward with as little resistance as possible. Release emotional baggage. Do energetic work such as meditation or yoga. Soon you will see what lies ahead. So yeah, with regards to the energetic work, such as yoga or meditation, I think perhaps that is what you are doing, because I mentioned earlier about like healing from something from your youth, and perhaps you are doing that through spiritual work, such as meditation or yoga, or perhaps like even journaling. I'm just looking, at the reading again. So 5 of Pentacles, the lack mentality, and then we have the self-empowerment, which leads us to the 6 of Pentacles, which is gain, abundance. And I think perhaps you need to release, like maybe perhaps like as a child you were quite like shy, quite timid. And I think perhaps as an adult, even though you do feel more empowered and you have like come into your own, maybe there is like a little bit of release that needs to occur. Because perhaps you're still like holding on to this shy, timid persona that you had as a child. But I think regardless of whether or not you are a fire sign, you are the Queen of Fire. And you need to realise that you are empowered, confident, unique. Alright, pile 1. So the next 6 months looks really eventful for you. In terms of coming into your own, I'm seeing a lot of healing with the healing card and the Ace of Cups. And then also a lot of growth in terms of like spiritual practice. So I think you've got like a really good 6 months coming to you. All right, pile 1. Bye. Hi, pile 2. So you chose the Kiwi Jasper frog. Kiwi Jasper is really good for cleansing and aligning the chakras. It helps absorb negative energies, and it's really good for relaxing and just good for stress. So what is the next 6 months going to look like for pile 2? The next 6 months. The next 6 months for pile 2. Take this one. Ace of Pentacles. A really abundant time. Perhaps you'll be starting a new job. Coming into a bit of money. The next 6 months. Pile 2. You could also be going on a health kick as well. Like starting to go to the gym, going for walks. That kind of thing. The Hangman. You or someone that you're dealing with could be a Pisces. These 3 fell out together. Yeah, I think with the Hangman and the 2 of Wands, I think you're assessing where to go, whether that is a new job, perhaps starting your own business. But regardless, it's going to be really prosperous with the World card, because that is kind of like things coming together and being wrapped up like neatly in a bow. The 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, perhaps you're becoming financially independent at this time. Or you're getting your autonomy back. I'm not quite sure what that means. It was just a phrase that sort of popped into my head. So that could be perhaps you're living by yourself. Perhaps you're exercising more, so you're kind of taking control of your autonomy in that way. Tell me a bit more about the World card. Tell me about the World. Ace of Swords. Perhaps this abundance that's coming towards you, new job that's coming towards you, financial independence that's coming towards you, perhaps it's related to speaking in some way. You could be like a public speaker, or perhaps you talk with a lot of people, maybe you're a counsellor. But But whatever this abundant thing is that will be coming towards you in the next 6 months, it's definitely going to... It's going to be able to allow you to live your own truth. This is a very, like, positive start. Tell me a bit more about the Two of Wands. Or perhaps I am getting as well, just another storyline. Perhaps you've been saving up the money, and you've been like contemplating whether to move or whether to travel. And I think with the World card, you are doing it. Maybe you're traveling on your own with the Nine of Pentacles. Just give me a bit more on the Two of Wands, please. Two of Wands. Just a bit more info on the Two of Wands. Three of Wands, yep. Yeah, so I think you've gone through like this contemplation stage. I'm getting that there's like lists and you've been like ticking the boxes off like slowly, making sure that everything is like, if you are moving, perhaps you've like made sure that everything's packed in the correct boxes. And with the Hangman, perhaps you've like thrown away things that you've been keeping up like a hold of, but you've like come to terms with the fact that you need to let them go. And I think from the contemplation, now you're like moving, now you're moving on. Moving on to see the world. Explore different things. Might be going to a lot of gigs as well. Anything else for the next 6 months? King of Wands. Yeah, I think the next 6 months are going to be really empowering for you. You or someone that you know could also be a Leo, just because there's 2 lions that are appearing. I think perhaps with the travel storyline, you may have been unsure about traveling, just because of like money or perhaps like potential danger. But I think with the King of Wands, you've gained the confidence now and the self-empowerment to be able to do that. And then with regards to the new job or the financial independence storyline that I was getting, with the King of Wands, you could either be your own boss, or you could be like really taking charge of like perhaps like a sector or like a group that you work in. I'm getting as well that like with the Hangman like and the King of Wands, perhaps this leap of faith, in order for you to take it, if it is towards like the financial independence, like starting your own business, like the leap of faith could have been like really difficult for you to take, because perhaps there was like a lot of self-doubt there, or perhaps you were worried about like money, like having a sustainable income. But I think I think with the 2 of Wands and the 3 of Wands, you were really like careful to make sure that everything was in order and that this leap of faith wasn't reckless. And I think because of that, with the World card, you will be seeing like a lot of abundance coming towards you. So let's get you guys an oracle card. I'm using the Moonology oracle deck. Next 6 months for pile 2. Next 6 months for pile 2. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. So you could be connecting, or you possibly are a Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. Maybe that is perhaps relating to the fear that I earlier mentioned about you taking that leap of faith. And I think this is Spirit's way of like confirming that things are going to turn out well. So let me have a look as to what the book says. In Cancer. It's time to review your goals. Have they changed? Yeah, perhaps that's what this period of contemplation was. Perhaps there was something that you were like quite prosperous in, but then your heart wasn't in it, so perhaps you like took a break from it, and now you're setting off on a new path and like following your intuition. It also mentions about like the connections with your family, or like the people that are dearest to you. So perhaps you are like traveling with close friends or family. You could even be starting a business with a friend or family member. Alright, pile 2. So this is like a really abundant reading in terms of wealth and just like self-growth. I'm just getting that like you're really, in the next 6 months, you'll be like really resilient and like cautious in terms of like making sure that all the details are like checked off. And then you'll be taking this leap of faith, whether that is in regards to like career or traveling. But I think there's going to be like a lot of empowerment and a lot of self-confidence coming your way. Alright, pile 2. Bye. Hi, pile 3. So you chose the opalite. Opalite's really good for stabilizing your mood. It helps to ease burdens of trauma. And it's really good for releasing old habits, and in turn like encourages self-improvement. Okay. So the next 6 months for you immediately could be focusing on family. Could be feeling like very accomplished at this time, like a stable home life. The next 6 months for pile 3. Take this one. And the Tower. Could be or dealing with a Scorpio. Some sort of realization or epiphany in the next 6 months. What is this epiphany with the Tower? What is this realization? Three of Swords. Some sort of heartbreak or loss. So perhaps you could be getting a divorce. Tell me how this relates to the Ten of Cups. Six of Pentacles. I think perhaps this realization, this heartbreak, like this disruption is being caused because there was an imbalance in terms of someone was giving and someone was taking, but perhaps someone was like taking too much. Whether that's time, energy, resources, money. And I think you've had enough by the looks of it. Which is good for you because relationships, whether they're with family, friends, whether they're romantic, they should be equally balanced. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, you definitely could be like separating from someone. But I think this separation, even though it's heartbreaking and it feels like your whole world has been turned upside down, I think with the Nine of Pentacles you'll be a lot more stable and abundant by yourself. Could also be becoming financially independent at this time. Yeah, I think you're definitely, with the Eight of Cups, you're leaving something behind that no longer serves you. Which, that takes a lot of strength. But I think you know that that is what needs to be done in order for you to embrace this Nine of Pentacles energy. I'm also getting as well, just a different storyline, that perhaps you're like currently living in your childhood home, and then now you're like recently moving out and gaining independence that way by moving into your own place. Ace of Wands. Yeah, I think the separation is definitely going to lead to a new passionate beginning. One where you're a lot more empowered and a lot more confident in yourself, because nobody's holding you back. And I don't think you're holding yourself back either. What is this that they're leaving behind? I mean, I feel like it's an actual person. But I just want to see. what the cards say to this one. King of Cups. Yeah, you could be leaving behind a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I'm getting that this person might have been like really emotionally manipulative. Or like perhaps perhaps they like use like emotional upset as a weapon, like to guilt trip you. Like I'm just getting like someone turning on the waterworks to sort of like get their own way. Anything else for the next 6 months for pile 3? Next 6 months. It's too many. Next 6 months. Any additional information? Justice. Could be connecting with a Libra, or you could be a Libra. Yeah, I'm getting because before with the Six of Pentacles I mentioned that there was some sort of like imbalance, someone was taking more than they were giving. And I think now that you in the next 6 months you'll be getting your own independence, whether that is through like having your own business or moving out or becoming single. I think this balance is going to be restored with the Justice card. Alright, let's get you guys an oracle card. Today I'm using the Moonology card oracle deck. Let's get an oracle card for pile 3. The next 6 months for pile 3. The next 6 months. A time for healing. Yeah, I would say with the Tower card and the Three of Swords, even though you are moving away from this energy that no longer serves you, make sure that you take the time to heal from the hurt and the pain just before you like move on too quickly or like suppress things. You have a look at what the book says. Yeah, so it mentions that you still need a little more time to heal and to soothe both yourself and anyone else in need. So with the divorce storyline that I was getting, you may need to like have conversations with your children. Obviously if you have children. Just about like the emotional wounds that perhaps the separations caused them. It also says you're just about to turn the corner. So I think perhaps like during at the time this reading, like as you're watching it, you could be perhaps like thinking about leaving or separating. And then I think the next 6 months is where you like really start to take action. Alright, pile 3. So this was a super, I would say it was quite intense, to be honest, with the Tower and the Three of Swords. But I just want to say, like, despite this quite, like, painful loss energy, I think there's a lot of good things, like, coming towards you. A lot of balance, a lot of emotional stability, a lot of independence, and a lot of healing. Definitely a lot of healing. Alright, pile 3. Bye.